Welcome to Bill's Gaming Outpost on this very happy day. This is January 6th, the first day of early access for StarRupture. We played a pretty fair amount of playtest time during the solo, which was extended several times, and a little bit more during the co-op. Oh dear, what should I start for a session name? Hadn't considered that yet. Single player because, well, I pretty much don't like people. And it says I can change it later, so that's good. I want to skip the tutorial, but I don't because a lot of you may not have seen it the first time around. I highly suggest this game, especially during its initial sale. I actually did get the supporter pack because, well, I'm a huge supporter of the game, to be totally honest. And basically, I think I'll go with scientist. By the way, I've already read some comments that there actually are some bugs with engineer and the starter pack, the supporter pack. It's one of the main reasons I didn't choose engineer.
I want to run a holistic scan. Commencing holistic
But
scan.
here we are on the very first day of StarRupture. I can't call it a first impression because I have probably 30 or 40 hours worth of playtest time in. But this is my first time with the actual release.
P0212, welcome to the Argos program. Your adventure with the Claywood Corporation begins right now. Hello, I am Gal, your Galactic Assistance Liaison. The Claywood Corporation would like to apologize for any inconvenience you may have experienced. You can now exit the lander and begin your introductory training.
I'm finally here. Let's get this training over with. I want to get to work.
Loot the starting area. Nothing wrong with a little bit of extra food, right?
Welcome to Arcadia 7 in the Rupture system. The goal of this training is to teach you to effectively acquire and produce goods for our clients. However, we'll begin with something simpler. Arcadia is often bombarded by meteorites, which are rich in resources. You have been equipped with a tool to acquire them. Use it to extract what's most valuable in the meteorite.
Okay, now the fastest way to mine one of these is to look for these little rich nodules. You can just blast away at the whole thing, it'll work too, but you'll get more of the resources by going for the nodules. Not to mention it's faster. And we have the meteorite heart, which was where we were supposed to start out. These lovely little hydro bulbs are important for later. They are a source of water.
That's a snack.
Yeah, be careful what he says. That's a snack. Not everything is good for you. Just saying. So anyway, we want to stay halfway close to that starting place, at least for right now, but we also want to place ourselves near this resource and that resource Take out a couple more of these. Okay. This game has only been available in my time zone for about 3 hours. Sadly, I do occasionally sleep. I know. Terrible thing, right? Let's see. This is about as central as we're going to get. So, let's get the building tool. B. Let's build our base core.
Good work. You'll need building materials to build the rest of the base. You can create them with the printer in the Runda, but gather the necessary components first.
Titanium
Use the
and
harvester to
wolfram.
extract them, just like you did with the meteorite.
And we overheated the gun, of course. Because of course we did. Look how beautiful this game is.
I can't believe I'm here. Everything here is fascinating.
The Claywood Corporation is very glad to see your enthusiasm. Most convicts do not share it.
Most of them are usually idiots who are unable to see the potential in being a pioneer on a new world.
Technically, you are not a pioneer. A lot of people have been to Arcadia before you.
That was a long time ago.
They all
and
died.
Besides, the quality of their research and observations was embarrassing. You need someone who'll notice the important things, like Darwin on the Galapagos Islands, but better.
I'm glad, but I will also remind you of your resource gathering duties.
So, anyway, I have gotten together my basic items, and now I have to go back to the lander, which is why I stayed close to it in the first place. Pretty sure it's right up here. There it is. And we need to build some Legos. I mean, basic building blocks. So we want this. We'll just go ahead and go for max.
Now build the habitat that will protect your sleeve from Arcadia's dangers. Remember that your body is also a Claywood corporate investment, so it would be good to create a comfortable place for it.
That's their way of saying, hey convict, we own your body. Okay, so now we need a habitat, we need the airlock to get in and out of it, and a printer so we're not dependent upon the lander. So, let's get the habitat. I'm using the mouse wheel to set my heights. Let's see. That'll work. And we we need an airlock. Which way towards the water? I lost track of which way towards the water. I think it's that way. It's not that important.
Now that you have your shelter, build a printer inside it. That way, you will always have it nearby, thus optimizing your work. Great. Now build a corporate terminal. That will allow you to complete assignments for different companies, which will, in turn, give you access to new buildings.
Okay, so we want the launcher, the generator, and basic platforms. The first one's a freebie.
The first reward was free, but you'll have to work for the next one. Send us some titanium.
How am I supposed to send what I've gathered back to Earth?
The same way you got here, but in reverse. Look up at the sky. Once you build an orbital cargo launcher, it will send supplies right through that rift. It will cover light years in seconds.
Yes, I know I'm going to be hungry and I know I'm going to be thirsty, so... Yep, I am gathering snacks.
Come here.
Exactly, come here. Just for the record, this is a different computer than I normally use for
Acquired.
game recording. So I'll be reporting back on how it runs on my normal machine, which is a laptop. This is a desktop, a little bit more beefy. I'm currently running at 1080p due to a general limitation of monitors. And I have 1440 ultra wides, but they're not very friendly for YouTube recording. Let's see. That's going to be the Wolfram. Titanium is over there. So let's go ahead and get one orbital launch platform. Okay, and we need... Well, we're gonna need power. So let's go ahead and just keep that up close to my habitat. And while I don't need it yet, I am going to go ahead and have two of them. This will affect the amount of power I have and also the amount of cooling that I'll need. This thing is not a whole lot of fun to upgrade in the early game, but better safe than sorry. Okay, so and I guess I'm gonna need some more resources because I probably shouldn't have built that second solar so soon. So we're going to take back one. I do love the fact that you get all of your resources back when you unbuild things. Thank you very much. we'll go ahead and put in our solar there. And we need to choose our mission, which basically we have no real choices here. We need 5 titanium, which without the drill, harvester, whatever it is they're actually calling it, I get to do it manually. But that's okay. It's quick and easy. I'm relatively sure I already got 28 and I only need to send 5, but that's fine.
Acquired.
Okay, so let's...
As soon as we get the package, your reputation will increase, which will unlock new schematics for you.
More toys to build. Like I was saying, it's been available approximately 3 hours in my time zone, and I was actually asleep at the actual time that it started up.
The shipment has arrived. You've just proven you're useful, which means the corporation trusts you a little bit more. You've acquired new schematics. Go ahead, claim your reward.
So, back to the corporate terminal and claim my rewards. And that gets us the ore excavator, the rails, and the supports.
We've just unlocked new building schematics for you.
So,
Can you guess what they're for?
for work.
Trivial question. Of course I know what they're for. We'll automate production by excavating deposits and sending them between buildings using rails.
Impressive. You've used equipment like this before?
Hardly. It just doesn't make logical sense to extract everything by hand and run around from building to building. You'd waste my potential if I had to do that.
Exactly. Let's take advantage of those 3 doctorates.
Okay, I need more materials to build this. So that's fine. Let's go back to our basic printer. I'm pretty sure it's wolfram that I'm short of for making more. Basic building blocks. So over here, this little arch. Should have been getting something from that. There we go. Cool off the gun, the harvester. We'll just go ahead and overheat it. Doesn't hurt it. It just stops you from doing anything for a while. Okay. Basic. Max, please. Thank you. Okay, now we've got nice little icons showing proper placement for these items, so that's always good. And I believe it's R to rotate. Excellent. We want to have the output in a general direction that's conducive to our base. Okay. Let's see. Okay, so I actually have to see what the next mission is requesting. I think it's Wolframite. And that power is in the world's worst possible position. That's where the rails connect, and I put the solar right next to it, so let's correct that real quick. Much better to have it right there. And let's see, what is the next? Okay, we want more titanium. So, that's this one right here. We want rails. And we want to bring it back to have enough power for that. Probably not. Not enough resources. Huge shock. So let's go get some more stuff. I'm almost positive it's Wolframite I'm low on again. Anyway, as I was saying, it's only been available for approximately 3 hours in my time zone, obviously a little bit longer elsewhere. And there are already like 24,000 people playing the game right now. This game is going to be insanely popular, and it's well deserving to be so. It is base building, it is factory building, it is survival. You get to shoot at bugs that want to kill you. You get to explore an interesting planet with a little bit of a backstory. And to top it all off, the company was nice enough to give us some great playtest time to literally play the game for free. So, bravo. If it's not careful, we're looking at Game of the Year 2026. And I actually do mean that literally. Okay, so back to the basic printer, back to make some more Legos. I'm sorry, basic building blocks again. Okay, so Actually, I'm not sure I like it over there on that corner, but it's fine. Let's see. I need more solar to make things happier.
Now that the raw materials are being extracted automatically, you'll have more time to build out your base.
I have a question. Why didn't you install all available building schematics for me from the start? That would speed up my work even more.
All of the machines made available to you during your mission are delicate and extremely expensive. They are also bound by NDAs and patents. None of the companies working with the claimed corporation have granted permission to give you everything right away. You need to prove you are worthy of using the more advanced equipment.
But I already signed the NDA!
This will be best explained by the words of Annika Fisher, the CEO of Future Health Solutions, one of our partners. Playing recording.
There's no way I'm giving those degenerates my patent. They don't care about the law or intellectual property. But if it becomes necessary and they actually deserve it, then so be it. Don't quote me on that.
Okay. See how we're doing on this. I could have just went to the corporate terminal, but we're about halfway there. That's good. Not enough resources. Of course not. Okay. So.
Great.
Great work as usual. Now build the analyzer and research some local flora with it.
Okay. Claim analyzer, build the analyzer. Building blocks.
Once you research enough plants, send the data to our scientists and claim your reward. In the future, you will need to decide which corporations you want to share your research with. The data from Arcadia is so valuable that companies prefer to keep it to themselves and will appreciate it when you choose them. Once you research enough plants, send the data to our scientists and claim your reward. In the future, you will need to decide which corporations you want to share your research with.
Okay.
The data from Arcadia is so valuable that companies prefer to keep it to themselves and will appreciate it when you choose them.
Okay, this is a slight difference, if I remember correctly, from the playtest. They're actually forcing me to use the analyzer to get to level 4. So, as much as I hate sacrificing food, which I know I'm going to need, I will go get more stuff and sacrifice it to the analysis gods.
Location barrier activated.
What?
Letting you out onto the dangerous planet without completing introductory training would be too risky for this investment.
Investment?
I meant our investment into your safety. The claimed corporation cares about you.
Fortunately, those blue barriers go away as soon as you finish the tutorial. And in all honesty, the tutorial, this part right here, isn't so difficult that it's that annoying. Okay, that actually should have been enough points right there.
It's time for the final stage of introductory training.
I just didn't hit the
Raw
level
materials
up.
aren't very useful to corporations, since they need to produce something with them anyway. Use the buildings you have available, and automate the production of the more valuable items.
Why can't they process them themselves? They have factories across the entire solar system.
This will be best explained by a private conversation recorded between two executives at the Griffith Military Corporation.
So you're telling me all of the tax rules only apply to the solar system? Bro, the mining tax, the cosmic fees, deductions, extraterrestrial income, the cost of insuring sensitive cargo, legally none of that applies to us. They can't even admit us terrorists. It's free money, man.
I don't know why I asked.
There you are. Where are you, Spellers? Okay. Okay. Good. Okay, what do you guys want next? Titanium
We're near
bars.
the end of our training. Please answer the following questions. On a scale of 1 to 10, how anxious does being incinerated alive make you feel?
Since this is the first question to establish a good baseline, I will answer 5.
Understood. On a scale of 1 to 10, how afraid are you of arachnids about a meter in diameter?
It's unnerving how specific that question is.
There's no need. Questions never kill anyone.
Okay, so I got wolframite and titanium all going into smelters. We're almost there to level 5, and that should release us from the tutorial.
Great job! This is the end of your introductory training. But remember that Arcadia 7 is a dangerous place, and a person will spend their entire life, or lives rather, learning from it. Stay alert, gather information, and don't worry. I'm always by your side, watching your every move.
Is that a threat?
It's for your own safety. I will now remove the introductory training restrictions. Location barrier disabled. Sedative injector disconnected. Communications channel active. Awakening other crew members ready. The Playwood Corporation hopes you will have a wonderful adventure and quickly pay off your debt. Good luck.
Checking the connection. Over.
What was that?
Oh, don't worry. It's only SA466, one of your colleagues. You're connected via audio, even when they're not currently active.
When they're not active?
The human brain can't go on for too long without stimulation. When sleeves are sleeping in the regeneration chamber, they get a constant audio and video feed of everything you do. They can also communicate with you. You'll also get this opportunity.
Everything I do?
Relax. You have nothing to be ashamed of.
Okay, so I definitely want the fabricator next. So, Selenium. So guys, that is the tutorial. And like I said, this game is freaking gorgeous.
Nice. I need water.
Yeah, well, maybe you should have donated all your hydro pods to the research station, eh?
Acquired.
Just for the
That's
record,
a snack.
collecting it isn't the same as using it and drinking it. This is just going into my inventory.
I'm getting better and better.
Okay, now I just got myself another meteor heart, which is required for building those cooling towers. So, little spoiler, expanding the
Learning
base.
is the key to greatness.
Most of the playtest was done on my laptop, which is a Intel 12900H with a mobile version of the 3070 Ti, 64 gig of memory.
That's a
But
snack.
I'm actually not exceeding much more than 20 gig of memory use right now. And that's with running OBS, so forth and so on. I know this is going to be a hot take with the price of memory right now, but 32 really is the minimum for a reasonably well-equipped computer. You'll survive at 16, but you'll be much happier with 32. Now, nice thing about all this stuff is it regrows after the planet incinerates itself. So, there's no use in leaving it behind. If you have time to grab it, grab it. And obviously you are capable of starving, dehydrating, dying in miscellaneous horrible fashion. But that's okay, your life sentence, they'll just keep reanimating you. Good to know. So, let's...
I advise caution. The fruit on Arcadia can alleviate hunger, but putting unknown foods into one's mouth is rarely beneficial to the individual. Though, of course, it was beneficial to the development of civilization. Although this fruit is edible, that won't always be the case.
Okay, did I not set this to titanium bars? I did. So why are you not transferring? That helps. There we go. I forgot to choose it. So, that'll get me the fabricator nice and quick. Now, I could hide behind the fact that during the playtest, and by the way, if you didn't see those videos, they are still available on my channel, for having a really messy base, you know, because I was rushing everything because of the limited time playtest. I do plan on being a little neater and a little bit more organized now that I've learned a few things from the playtest. Although, obviously, they did change at least a couple of things from the playtest to the early access. I'm going to hopefully make the safe presumption that a lot of the core mechanics haven't changed tremendously. I do know from some of the discussions there are actually a couple of bugs in the first drop early access. Early access stuff. That's just life. Welcome to early access. But I will be thoroughly enjoying this game, and if you want to see just how dramatically exciting the gameplay can be, by all means, if you can't wait for me to get to it in this playthrough, this playing, take a look at some of my playtest and you'll see the hordes of bugs. You'll see the poison fields, the radiation fields, the running out of resources, and the absolute soul-crushing finding a resource, dropping it before you make it back to your base, and it disappearing. This is going to be an absolutely awesome game. It may be January 6th, but this is Christmas. This is Christmas. So that's going up nicely. I'm not gonna lie, I was a little disappointed to see some videos up on StarRupture a day or so ago, but I shouldn't be. I mean, my channel has 50, 51, 52 subscribers, and they seeded some keys to the game to channels with like 500,000 subscribers. I get it. My channel is absolutely tiny compared to theirs. And obviously, I'm not so mad that I didn't buy the game. I didn't go stomp off and hide in the corner, because I've been looking forward to this game since August. Obviously, there's close to 24,000+ people already playing the game.
You look like you're a magnet for trouble.
I won't pretend I'm a saint. I've helped smuggle this and that in my time for those in need.
People like you don't understand order. You just cause more problems for everyone else.
And you always followed orders and ended up in the exact same place as I did. I'd rather not follow anyone and be free.
You know nothing about me.
Okay, that's a little bit new compared to the early access playtesting. The other people coming in with radio chatter, I'm not sure if that's because I was just standing in one place too long, or whether that was even remotely pre-programmed. Right over there is a radio tower type of thing that opens up an area on the map, and it is almost always defended, shall we say. So I'm not going to trigger any of that until I have at least a sidearm, preferably better. But yeah, you get to set up turrets, you know, almost like a turret defense. This game is going to be awesome. I am so happy that it is finally here. One of the more disturbing bugs that I have heard about is that I believe they said that the viewports are bugged just a little bit. That you might actually end up with damage from the StarRupture event because of the viewports. I'm willing to take my chances because the view when the planet is being incinerated is just plain awesome. Plain and simple. But I'm gonna cut this off right now, even though the game is so exciting. This is just thank you so much, Creepy Jar, for a wonderful game. Thank you for it finally being January 6th. They have been very responsive to fixing bugs during the playtest. It's going to be really great. Hopefully that's not famous last words and something horrible happens to the game. That there's a game-ending bug that doesn't get fixed quickly. But I actually sincerely doubt it. I'm relatively sure that I'm coming really close to overheating. No, actually I'm not. Well, that's good. So that's good. I don't have to worry about upgrading the cooling or anything like that anytime real soon. I can basically work on upgrading a couple of levels worth of tech to get more of the things unlocked and start exploring this big, beautiful planet. And try not to die too many times. But if you've seen any of my Astroneer or Stationeers videos, you know that I'm awfully good at doing that. Dying, that is. I am looking forward to getting over into that area, because that was one of the areas that was partially cut off during the playtest. This abandoned little area over here is really close and easy to get to, and there's some materials over there. Yeah, there's all kinds of things to explore. They may have changed the map around a little bit since the playtest. Wouldn't surprise me too terribly much. So even with some foreknowledge, it's still going to be an adventure. So, till next time, be safe.